Hello, everyone. Welcome back. And I'm back home. I've been home for a little over a week after my last visit in the hospital, where I ended up having a infection in my uterus. Um, Doing pretty bad in my whole visit. Mentally struggling because I'm away from my baby, and physically, I was not doing great either. I got the all clear on Friday and I went home and returned on the Monday for new blood samples, which were perfect. And now we are home. So I basically spent the week recovering from my demise, not near demise, let's say it like that. And we're resting. Baby is not sleeping so well at night, but doing great during the day. She's sleeping right now. Took a bit of time, but her awake window is getting bigger and bigger, so that's not strange. Otherwise, she's doing great. I'm doing better. But yeah, I feel like I need to do a video about my birth because at this point, like my birth was very traumatic and very bad in the sense that I ended up getting that emergency C-section. The thing is, due to the pain, I have a lot of blanks in what happened around me. So it's not as accurate, probably, as I hoped it would be. But a short description. If you guys saw my other videos where I was like this turning into a marathon kind of thing, which it ended up doing. She was born on Sunday morning, like 1 o'clock in the morning, somewhere just after 1 o'clock, like 1:30 ish. And I have been in labor, I think, at like actual labor from Thursday, Saturday. Then wait, Friday. Damn, Friday. So my contractions kind of started Thursday evening, came in on Fridays because I had pain and I couldn't sleep, and they gave me some medication to help me sleep. And that took away some of my contractions or how I felt them. So I slept for a couple hours, like 6 hours or so. I woke up at like 3 in the afternoon, and my contractions started at like, what would it be, 7, 8 in the evening again. Uh, Technically, I've been having contractions, but they were more like suppressed, so I wouldn't notice it as bad to help me with sleep. And then, uh, if you think about it, I've been in labor since Thursday evening somewhere until she came out via cesarean at Sunday morning. So yeah, that was a long one. For sure, but I basically slept the last time like I woke up at like 3 on Friday, and I got some tablet to help me sleep in the evening. It didn't work. Returned actually on Saturday morning. I was like, okay, I need to go to a doctor. I need to go back to the hospital. I hadn't slept all night. I've been having contractions all night. And just hearing the news on the previous day that I had only dilated 1 centimeter was just devastating to me because I was in pain. And then I was so afraid they would send me home again because I wasn't dilated and like more or anything. But when we came in, I think we came in at like 11 ish. They were like, yeah, you're 5 centimeters dilated, so you can stay now and actually start. This is like Saturdays, okay? So I get in, they put me in a room, they ask what I want for pain meds or what I want to do. Because on my list of things that I wanted for my birth, I literally only wrote, I want painkillers and I want her out in the safest way possible. Um, so I didn't really have any wishes for my birth other than I don't want to be in unnecessary pain. Fair, I think. The thing is, you can't plan how a birth goes, so that makes sense. Um, of course you have your wishes how you want it to go, but at this point I kind of like let that go and be like, we're gonna go with how the situation presents itself in my mind. So that's what I went with. I got like, as they would call, like laughing gas as my first painkillers to get rid of like the worst of the contraction pain. So as soon as I had a contraction, I had a mask with that gas to help with it. It was great stuff. Honestly, the best. Not gonna lie, I love that stuff. Especially in the beginning, I was fine. Like I even was like, okay, we can wait a bit with the epidural. Now, from what I expected of an epidural is that they give you one-time injection. That's not the case. An epidural is where they put basically an open connection to your spinal, like that, a more permanent version, basically, where they have like a tube hanging out of it and they give you pink meds via that on a regular basis via pump. I did not know that. So that was new to me. I was like, okay, well, let's go with it. I think it took me like 45 minutes after I got the laugh gas that I was like, okay, you know what? Let's just take that one. I didn't dilate much more fast after that. It's like I think I took like a while before I dilated 1 more centimeter, and then it stood still for a while. So they were like, yeah, start walking a bit. So my epidural was kicking in, my laugh gas was there. I was just walking around the room a little bit. I felt pretty good for a while until until she I think it was like 8 9 centimeters dilated as she got a bit stuck on one of the cervix like flaps, so that one didn't go behind her head, so she couldn't really pass through that. So they had to do that manually. Not fun. Hurt a lot. So they did that, and then she was. I could start like slowly, like a bit more active pushing at that point. I started to have a lot more pain also at this point, and I think we at some point it was like we were checking where she was at, and she was like in my hips, like passing. But there's this one last bit of bone part where they have to pass through to get to the actual active pushing, and where they could assist with getting her out, basically. So, like with tongs or whatever. Problem was that she was seemed to be a bit stuck on that point, and so I had to do like several different kind of positions where they would help put pressure and push there, and to make her move. And we did that for a good 3 hours. Keep in mind, at this point, I am still awake since Friday. This is Saturday evening, like 9, 10 o'clock, 11 even. I've been awake since the day before, so I've been awake for over 24 hours at this point. Maybe 30 even. I was getting tired, really tired, and I got an oxytocin drip to help with my contractions to make it more stronger and help her pass through there. All of that for 3 hours straight did nothing. She was stuck at that point, and they couldn't reach her to help guide her past it. And I was exhausted. I was so exhausted at that point. Like I could not like okay, maybe I could have pushed maybe a bit more. But at that point I was like I couldn't. My body physically was just too tired. I was basically running out empty on all the energy I had in my body. I just couldn't anymore. So at that point the doctor came in and she's like, okay, she's still at the same point. It's not looking good. I'm going to discuss with the other doctors, but I think we're going to have to do a C-section. This is around midnight-ish, after somewhere. And, yeah, she came back and after, like, I have no idea how fast this went. Um, she came back and said that again. It's like, okay, we're gonna have to do a C-section. Your body can't handle anymore, and it's just getting, yeah, like you're too tired. And she seems to be stuck on that spot. So somehow in a blur, they managed to put a permanent canal in, or cannula, or whatever you want to call it, in my arm. Like, I already had one. I got another one. And we got to the operation theater. I was probably screaming in pain at this point a lot because I couldn't handle it anymore. It was too much at that point. My partner was with me the whole process. Like, he was unbelievably supportive, and I, nothing else to say about that. I'm just thankful he was there. Uh, and then in the operation theater, they were gonna give me a nerve block, some kind of like a nerve block, I think it's called, and they were gonna use the epidural they had placed, and they found out it didn't work. At that point, I realized that I've been going through the pain for no freaking reason, and for them to put a nerve block on, they probably had me like, I had to sit still, and they had to put it in my spot, like the same way process. And I was at this point screaming in pain, half panic mode, and delirious. I don't like, I could not sit still. 100% could not sit still. I can guarantee you that. Like, they tested multiple times if it worked with ice, did not work. I think it's at that point I started begging to just put me fully under, because it was all getting too much for me. My partner didn't really have a choice to even say anything or whatever. Like, it was fast, fast, fast. So they put me fully under. They took the baby out as fast as they could. And I think, like, she was born in 134. He got to cut the umbilical cord. I didn't even notice. Like, I had to ask. Like, I thought he didn't. So I apologized for that. Like, he didn't get to do that. But he did, apparently. So, like, it's a lot of things I missed at this point. Like, I have no idea. So he got to cut the umbilical cord. They checked the baby. They gave the baby to him, and he got put in the room where I was giving birth previously. So he was sitting there, and basically, they suited me up, and I got put into, like, recovery room. I think I wake up at like 2:15. Super sore, disorientated, and having a lot of slime in my throat. So I was coughing. It hurt so bad. They gave me an ice cream to see if it helped with the slime. And I think as soon as I felt ready, I think it was at like 3, 4-ish. My partner came with the baby, and the nurse helped me latch her. Now, do keep in mind that the nurse there was an intensive care nurse, so she doesn't know this kind of stuff, as well as the nurses from the delivery room and the what's it called? It's called baby in Swedish. From the special department where they have the babies and stuff like that. So she doesn't know any of the latching stuff as good. And I had no clue either. So yeah, we got her on. She drank from me, and we got brought to the baby department, where you get your own room with 2 beds, a cot for the baby. I think we were there for like 2 minutes or something, and I started to get a bleed. So they checked, and she, like, one of the nurses pushed the alarm. My partner took the baby from me and walked outside, and I had like 5 people at my bed. And then she had to push on my stomach down very hard. They tried to do that in recovery, but I was super painful, and it didn't really go well. So yeah, this whole experience at this point is like, my birth was not the greatest, pretty traumatic. I'm definitely going to a psychologist at this point. But I'm more than happy she's there. I'm just definitely gonna guarantee and not again situation feels right now. Um, and I probably gonna feel like that for a while. Like I wouldn't want another at this point. Like one is enough, and I'm happy with that. And she's doing great. She's beautiful. She's lying next to me. She's super cute. She's in sleepy mode, and I feel we're just super happy with how she turned out and how she's doing, and she's healthy. So we're happy with the situation as it is now. We're all sitting here alive, and we're taking one day at a time. And I have a big wound on my stomach that is sore, and but it looks nice. So it's just not as expected as I thought it was gonna be like. But yeah, that's birth, and that's how it is. But it's all good, and I'm alive, so I'm fine. It's just scarred for life, and thankfully we have modern medicine because I wouldn't have been here otherwise. So yeah, I'm thankful for the hospital, for the staff, for what they did, their actions, and the realization that I was not able to, because that made the difference, 100%. So yeah, that's my birth story. Probably a few blanks here and there that I just don't know, or that I like messed up in my memory due to the whole pain, anesthesia, and everything. But otherwise, yeah, C-section itself, no problem. Can't remember anything, so yay me. And that was the video for today. I hope you guys, well, I was not gonna say like. I don't really think this is a fun thing to discuss either because it didn't really go as it should. But I hope you guys enjoyed hearing about it and the experience. And I'll see you guys in the next video.